Prince Harry and Meghan Markle actually killed off a very lucrative revenue stream for their bosses. As ever, let me explain. Hi, good morning, Neil Sean here. Nice to see you. Hope you're all keeping well. This story is fascinating really when you think, because as we know, Harry and Meghan picked up so much money from the streaming giant Netflix, but they're having major problems, as are all mainstream media, particularly on streaming revenue, because as I've said, you don't necessarily now need to pay for so many things when there's obviously other ways of entertaining yourself. Free radio stations, free newspapers, online digital, YouTube, free films, you name it, it's all there. So they're now all fighting for your dollar, your pound, to make sure that they can keep making these very glossy programs. The most successful, of course, for Netflix has been the soap opera, that is, The Crown. Everybody liked it in the initial runs because it was historical and it was making it fun, light and frothy. But then, of course, things took a turn for the worst and they decided to go down the non-factual route. Well, in fact, none of it's been ever factual. But now the bigger problem is the latest season of The Crown, the series as we like to call it over here in the United Kingdom, has absolutely bombed. Nothing to do, of course, with the stellar cast, which is fronted by Imelda Staunton, this time portraying our wonderful late monarch, the Queen. But as one source pointed out to me, the bigger problem really comes from Harry and Meghan. And as ever, let me explain. You see, as you know, the writer of The Crown, Peter Morgan, has really taken elements and spun it into absolutely ridiculousness, including, of course, shock scenes with the late and beautiful Princess Diana, and, reimagining the interview with Martin Bashir and Diana, when, of course, both boys, William and Harry, stated they didn't want to see that again on any television screen. Well, that didn't go down well, did it? But now you see, according to that good source, it's not just basically Harry and Meghan that have ruined it, but they've done a lot of damage to the Crown, both figuratively and, of course, fictitiously. It's simply because Harry's book and their own documentary series has proven that actually their lives, their version of events, whichever you want to call it, are far more dramatic, far more twisted than anything the writers can come up with. And so people have now decided, particularly, as I say, over the last series, to ditch that and just hook into, obviously, Harry and Meghan's docu-series, hence the reason it did so well for the streaming giant. So now Harry and Meghan have put themselves in a very difficult situation because the bosses want more of the same. They think real life is going to sell better than the fictitious account moving forward with a very expensive crown. If that doesn't work, according to a very good source, and Harry and Meghan are reluctant to share much more, then they'll just plough ahead, taking it right up to date. And as I stated before, Prince Harry, rather foolishly, has given the bosses, his paymasters, their own script to work from. He's written it, so he can't say this didn't happen. They will be lifting elements directly from the book. Suddenly you look and think both Meghan and Harry are in a no-win situation. Neil Sean in the very heart of London.